Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 190. It is August 4th, and I am in Vegas. It is about 10:15 in the morning. My plane landed at 8 a.m. and messed around at the airport for about 45 minutes, made $93, and then stood in line for a car rental for over an hour before I got that. And now we are on the road and ready to make money. We are heading to the Wynn casino first, or should I go to Caesars first? Nah, let's just go to Wynn. We're going to go to Wynn, and I'm going to leave the bag in the car because the room's not going to be ready for a few hours anyway. And we're going to play some blackjack. We're going to play at the Wynn and the Encore, most likely. Probably walk over to the Venetian and play there and figure out what to do from there. As you know, generally, I'll go the Wynn to the Venetian and Palazzo, and then I would go across the street, but now the Mirage is gone, so I'm not sure which way I'm going to go from now on, but we'll settle into some new stuff. We're going to play some Stations casinos this time. We're going to go to Durango. I'm excited about Durango. We're going to go beat up the M. I'm excited about that. I may stop at Southpoint only because I have a car, but I'm not really positive. I don't really like it that much there. Just spreading 25 to 125 got me attention there on their double deck. So, I mean, unless I'm going to go 10 to 50, 10 to 100, I don't know what to do there. So I may go there just to take a look around, and I'm not sure if I'll get a chance to play much there. But one thing I do know is the Wynn will let you have as much action as you want. So as we're going to start coming out here monthly, you know, might as well start getting settled into different places. We're going to try to explore 10 casinos every time we come out, and hopefully make a list of our favorites with the best games and go from there. So right now we are heading to the Wynn, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, just getting to the Wynn, and the lady on the plane, who really loved to talk, but was a very nice lady, said, "Didn't you know about the fires in the Grand Canyon?" I'm like, huh? I had no idea. I never even heard about those. So I guess there's some big fires in the Grand Canyon. And looking at Vegas, I'll try to get you a good picture from the outskirts of Vegas so you can really see it. But Vegas is covered in a fog from all the smoke from the Grand Canyon. So it looks really awful, looks terrible right now. And probably breathing outside isn't very good. But I am just getting to the Wynn, going to get into the parking garage here. Going to go straight to the tables and see what we can do. I'll be back. Oh, it's so nice to be in a nice place, man. Here at the Wynn, walking around. They have some of these machines that I haven't seen in so long. We don't have these where I live anymore. It's been so long since they had some of these. We do have a good variety. I'm walking around the floor of the Wynn, and the first play I found, I swear to you, most people don't understand this game. You could tell the other levels have been played, but not this level, and it was in like perfect position. I don't understand people, but I played slots for a minute and made like whatever, 20-something dollars. I don't know where my voucher is at the moment, but now I made 23. But then I went and played a little bit of double deck. Only played for about half an hour, 35 minutes. And immediately on the first shoe, I lose the first 7 hands. I'm like, oh, this is a great start. And ended up continuing to play. Hold on 1 second. All right, anyway, just found a machine here that nobody is playing, which is really unusual. Usually all the levels are cleaned out, but they're not at all. So I'm going to play it here. But anyway, I know they watch out for hustlers here quite a bit. They got all kinds of security walking around this place. But so I ended up, I was ahead. I was down as much as like 1,800 on that table, and I got to like plus, I don't know, I was up a little bit. I guess I was up 1,100, and the last hand of the shoe was a 15. It was like a 4-card 15 against the dealer's face card, and like the count had gone way up during that, obviously. So it was like a true 5, 6, because they cut it so thin on their double deck, and it started off as just about an even hand, and now it's a stay on a 15 against a 10. And so I asked the waitress, came by, do you want anything? And no, but what do you think about this hand? And she's like, I don't know, I don't really play blackjack, but I would stay. So I stay, and the dealer has a 17, and then he's like, well, shoes over, I'll show you the card. I would have pushed the damn hand. Would have been a 2 I would have pushed, but ended up losing 100 instead of pushing the hand. But that was the right play. I was just looking for an excuse to play it that way. But right now we're sitting at plus 1,000, and gonna play this machine here, and I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back and just leaving the Wynn. We're gonna head off to the Durango, and then I think from there we'll figure it out. I have a couple ideas, but let's go over to the Durango. I do like it there. A broken nail. I chipped one of my nails. I have to get that fixed. I got my bag in the trunk. I checked in, and normally they have a kiosk you can use, and I used the kiosk, and it was going to charge me a resort fee, and I'm like, we ain't doing that. So I went and stood in line, and they were able to take the resort fee off. So I mean, I've never paid a resort fee here before. I'm not going to do it now. Let's see, where are we here? So just getting on Las Vegas Boulevard right now. And how far are we? 17 minutes away. So like I said, I did end up playing some double deck blackjack. Interesting stuff. Let me think here. So sorry, my mind has been somewhere else. But sit down, I start playing. Like I said, I started losing like right away, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. But things calmed down, and then this guy comes around, and I don't know what his deal is. I don't know what anybody's deal is anymore. He walks up to the table, and he's just standing behind me. I'm like, okay, what do you want from me? Standing behind me, then he's making comments. Oh, that was a good play, it just didn't work out. Actually, in the long run, that hand should have been worth at least this much money to you in profit. I'm like, who the hell are you? What do you want from me? Leave me alone. And then he goes and starts talking to the pit boss, and I see her rolling her eyes. She's trying to get away from him. So I don't know what his deal was. But this pit boss, man, I've known this lady for like 20 years, and she recognizes me whenever I come in. So there's no hiding from her if I ever get backed off of here. But I guess she's from Iowa, worked the river boats in Council Bluff, Iowa. I remember her very well. I even noticed that her haircut was different, and we talked for a few minutes. She's a very good talker. Keep you kind of distracted, so you got to really concentrate when you're talking to her, because she talks a mile a minute, and if you want to keep up with her and concentrate, it would actually be a good exercise for some of the newer people to go to where she is and try to talk to this pit boss at the same time that you're counting. But we held our own. We did fine. I did end up playing a few more slots, and overall ended the slot session ahead $182, I believe. So that was good as well. So we have a good start going here. And we're going to move on. Durango has some good double deck games. We're going to play that. And I'm trying to remember if they have this side bet that I like or not. I don't think so. They have this one that I'm not completely sold on. We played it as a team one time, and it didn't work out great. But I think the blackjack is good. We're just going to count some cards and try to make some money on the double deck. And then depending on which casinos it's close to, we'll figure out where we're going from there. So plus a total of 1182 at the first stop, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. Went to the Durango and played some double deck, and I spread from one hand at 15 to one hand at 200. And I played that table for an hour and a half and only got to my top bet maybe twice, and was slowly getting ground down to a pulp. I was down as much as 700, and ended up actually these ladies, Asian ladies, came to the table and started playing, and they were going nuts. They're all nickels, and they're spreading like, okay, they have two side bets. One is the match, like where you match the card. I forget what it's called. It's the one, actually, it's not the good one, it's the bad version of it, that only has 2 pay levels instead of 3. But they were playing that, and they were playing the 6, 7, 8. They call it the fortune side bet. Used to be called lucky 6, 7, 8, 7, 7, 7, whatever you want to call it. They were playing that thing, and I started thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, well, what if I do a side count of 6, 7s, and 8s?
In 100 feet, right onto Royhorn Way. Signs for car.
Sorry about that here. Yeah, so I thought, well, what if I do a side count of 6s, 7s, and 8s? And I did it, but it's such a pain in the butt, and that bonus just does not pay. It's like 1 to 1, 2 to 1, 3 to 1. If it's suited, it's 10 to 1. It's like, what's the purpose of doing all that work to count it if it makes such little money? So I ended up abandoning that. My battery's at 6%, so I just got to get back to the Wynn here. My room is ready. It wasn't ready earlier. I have less than I thought I did in free stuff, but that's not a big deal. I can call about it later or just live with it. We're here to make money. We're not worried about free food. So, and all I do is drink those shakes, those vegetable blend things, which I can't drink right now because they have fruit in them. So, no big deal. Everything is good. Anyway, I played for an hour and a half, and I actually was down almost the entire time. The last 5 minutes, I got a monster count, and I called the pit boss over. I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bet 100 on this one, and when I win it, I'm going to double it, and when I win it, I'm going to double it again. And he's like, oh, I think that's a good idea. So I win it, I double it to 200 because the count asked for it anyway, and then I win that, and the count doesn't ask, it's just barely there for the 200, so I end up betting 200 again, winning that hand, and ended up ending the shoe ahead $300. So plus $300 Renos there. And I if you had to give me a guess on that one, I would have said I would have never come back on that table. I was running so badly on that table. I remember there was a hand, I had 150 out, and I get aces against a 6. I split them, I get a 7 and a 10, so I have an 18 and a 21, and the dealer ends up with 16 and 21. I'm like, are you kidding me? Had a bunch of things like that happen. A bunch of miracle hands where I drew 5 cards and got exactly a 20 and lost to a 21. Stuff like that. There was one hand, it was at the beginning of a shoe, and that's the one that kicked off the big counts. There was 3 of us at the table, and one of the ladies was playing 2 hands, so I have 1 out of 4 hands, and like the last 6 or 7 cards were 6s and 2s, so obviously that helps the count out. But yeah, I like the Durango. I think it's better probably to play there when there are more people, when it's a little bit more crowded. Of course, that cuts into your EV, and spreading 15 to 200 is probably not the best use of my time either. But I did walk around and look at the slot machines there, and I saw pretty much zero. I saw 2 Asian guys walking around smoking like chimneys, checking machines. So they got that place pretty wrapped up, so especially in the daytime on a weekday when there weren't that many people in there. But they also had a single deck table that allegedly was 3 to 2. I'm not positive about that. I didn't end up looking at it. Ooh, did my battery just die? Oh boy. Well, I think my battery died. Maybe not. Alright, so you can still hear me here, and my I don't think I can turn off this because my battery is so low. The screen got dimmed and I can't change it at all. So I'm in bad shape here. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. I think the only thing I could do is try to restart it. I can see that. Yeah, oh well. I may have to cut this off because I can't see where the wow. Yeah, it's, I can't cut it off. All right, I got it. Yeah, that was interesting. Sorry about that, all that dead space there, but somehow my battery got so low and it wouldn't let me change the brightness on it. But okay, obviously my battery's low, down to 4%. My room is ready at the Wynn. We're gonna go over there. I just missed my exit. Dang it. I just missed my exit and my battery's at 4%, so hopefully it doesn't add too many minutes here. Let's see. Oh man, it adds like 7 minutes to my trip. And I'll be back with you, plus 300 at the Durango. Guys, I just want to say thank you to the owner of Z-Mart on University, who actually gave me his charger. I went in to get a charger just to have in the car because the one I have is a plug-in one. And he sold me one and ended up not fitting because I needed a USB to USB-C, and it was C to C. And so I brought it back in and he looked and didn't have anything else that would fit. So he's like, here, you can just take mine. And he actually gave me his charger, and that's what I'm using right now. I gave him back the one that I paid for, and he can have that one, but I really appreciate him giving me that one. So right now, about 2 miles away from the Wynn, and we're gonna get our keys, go in, relax a little bit, charge our phone, and while the phone is charging, we're gonna try to go down and have at least one more session, slots and blackjack, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back, and back at the Wynn, came back to the room, relaxed for a few minutes, went down and played a little bit of blackjack. Again, started off horrendously, was down like 1400 almost right away, and started putting some things together. I did have one shoe with a lot of good stuff happening. Counts going up, I'm winning. Raising my bet, counts going up, I'm winning. And I ended up leaving at the end of that shoe ahead $1,100, and that was about 45 minutes long. So the one before was like an hour and a half. So I've had some longer sessions. I'm a little tired, to tell you the truth. I really hadn't eaten anything all day. I did have some almonds a little bit ago, and then I went down and played. I just had a little bit of fruit and yogurt with some granola on there, and so that was pretty tasty. My plan was to go to the Venetian and then go to the M, but I'm thinking about just skipping the Venetian and going to the M and see what I can do. I'm hoping I can get a $50 high limit table. If it doesn't look like I can do that, then I'll probably use my card. I have some free stuff there, food, some free play. Not very much, but if I'm not going to be able to play blackjack, they're not going to know who I am anyway. I might as well do something. And then I'm not sure, but I may stop by the Southpoint since it's right there. I may look around at the map and see what's around there and do that. I did think that the Durango has a good game. The one downside to the Durango, they do have a notch too, which is really good. The notch is like they cut it. They put the cut card in the same spot every time, and it's a really good penetration there, high limit and low limit. Um, but so they have a good game, and the notch is there. The problem with it is it's a hand shuffle, and it takes so long to shuffle a double deck. It's like I've been to casinos where they shuffle a six deck faster than that, so it's a little bit slow. There weren't that many tables this afternoon, so it was starting to get crowded when I was leaving there. So tonight, hopefully, there'll be more tables available. I may just play a six deck tonight if I go there. I'm considering that. Right now, it's about 5:30 p.m. Called home and said hi to the kids and the wife and all that stuff. Everything is good at home. And yeah, I think I'm going to rest here for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to head out and try to do some more work here playing blackjack. So I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So I'm actually going to head over to Caesars to check in because I forgot I need to check in. So it's not too far away. We'll go there first. And while we're there, there's some things we need to do. We need to go to the Players Club and get our $600 credit that we're supposed to get. So we'll do that for the flight, and then after we check in. So we'll check in, go to the room, check that out, go get our $600, and then probably play it out tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I think I also have like 225 more in free play, so I'll have like 825 potentially in free play at Caesars. Not that there's that much to play there because there's always people who are on top of those machines, but we'll see what we can do. So that's what's happening right now. We're heading over to Caesars, and I'll be back. All right, while I'm sitting here in traffic, I forgot to tell you, I didn't complain, but I inquired as to why I didn't have more free food, because it was supposed to be, I thought it was supposed to be 300, but I think it's 100 or 125. So, we'll eat less there, obviously, but after I said something and I went back downstairs, I put my card in a machine, and it said all of a sudden I've got $350 in free play, where before it was like $20 left. They had given me like 100 earlier, and there was 20 something left, and now it says like 350. So we'll try to play that out later. That should be, mostly EV. Hopefully we can find some good plays. We'll see. So that's another possibility to make money, but still waiting in traffic on my way to Caesars. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. I'm going to give you some tips here. These episodes are important because I'm giving you tips that are worth money, okay? When you go to the Wynn Casino and you park in the parking lot there, if you can find, or if you have a card that is not the lowest tier, they have 3 tiers. If you're the middle or the upper tier, you get free parking. If you have a hotel room there, you get free parking. But the easy way would be if you have one of those cards, or if you find one of those cards do not expire as far as the machine understands in the parking garage. So you can save yourself a lot of money just by having one of those, or having a friend get you one, and just put it in the machine, pull it out, and you don't even need a ticket. You can use it to get in and out of the parking garage without paying. Same with Caesars. If you're Diamond or higher, you can get free parking at Caesars. Now, while I was in there, I didn't want to park way out in the parking lot and then walk a mile to where I needed to do all the stuff I needed to do. So on the south side of Caesars there's an area where there'll be some limos and things like that. And right there on the south side of Caesars is where 7 stars can park in order to check in. So what you can do is just pull up in there, and you'll see the valet there. They want to take your car and charge you. All you got to do is just walk up to them and say, I'm a 7 stars, I'm checking in, because the 7 stars check-in is right inside that door, and they'll just say, okay, park over there, and just go in. So I parked there. I went in. I checked into the room. They gave me some waters to take up to the room. I got a nice room with a nice living room and everything. Put the waters in the room, put the lights on and everything in there. And then I went over to Player Services to get my free play. Now, on the way to Player Services, there's a lot of bars and things like that. If you go to any bar or any Starbucks, as a 7 stars, it's no longer available to Diamond members, but as a 7 stars, you get 4 free drinks per day at this Caesars. Now, there's some other Caesars around the country that do that as well. I'm not going to mention who they are. You'll figure it out for yourself if you go there. But if you're a 7 stars, you get 4 drinks. So I got myself 4 sugar-free Red Bulls, put them in a bag, went over to Player Services, showed them my plane ticket. So again, with Diamond, you get $1,200 reimbursement. I mean, with 7 stars, you get $1,200 reimbursement. With Diamond, you get $600 reimbursement for a flight in slot play or table promo chips. Okay. Now, the secret with this is you can use a company like Southwest where you can buy refundable tickets. You buy the most expensive ticket, over $1,200, and then you get the email, you go right back, you cancel the ticket, and you get the cheapest ticket. Same flight, same times and everything, but it's non-refundable. Now, if you're a 7 stars, they'll come pick you up from the airport in a limo. I don't know if they take you back or not. I don't know, maybe they do. But that's a good way to get the maximum amount. So I already used my 7 stars one when I took the family to the Grand Canyon, and so this time I used the Diamond one. You can use both when you're 7 stars, which is a $600 reimbursement. So I showed him my plane ticket, which was like $618. My real plane ticket round trip was like $240. And she said there's a new policy now. You can either print it or email it to them. So I just forwarded the email from Southwest directly to her, and she gave me the $600. Now she gives me a choice of promo chips or slots, and from now on I'm going to do promo chips because they are actual promo chips. They play like real chips. So if you win, you get to keep the chip and the money that you win, and you keep playing it until you lose that chip. And some places, like for example, I don't want to say anyone's name, Hard Rock, if you get $600 worth of free table play, they'll give you like two $300 ones or some stupid thing like that. Here the guy said, well, what would you like to do? I said, what's the smallest size chip I can get? He said quarters. I said, okay, give me all quarters. So I'll post a picture on YouTube when things settle down of my bag that has all my Red Bulls and my promo chips in there. And when I get back, I will play them just on a regular blackjack table. Just play them like you would regular money. It's basically a $600 buy-in for free. Because if you win, you get to keep the money. If you lose, you lose it. So it's just like $600 in cash. So we'll play that later on tonight. And I do still have my host is actually excellent. One of the few hosts I've ever had that were excellent. I email him, and his name is Joe, and I say, Joe, I need to come out to Vegas on these dates, and he's like, no problem, it's all set for you. He already knows where I like to have my room, and he set me up. The lady even said when she was checking me in, your host said that you wanted a certain room, so I got it for you, or he got it for you. And then he came back to me afterward, after I thanked him and everything. He came back to me and he said, now, did you have any free play, or do you want me to find you some? And I said, okay. So he said, I'll have my team find the best thing that's available for you. And he found me $225 in slot play as well. So we'll play that later on tonight as well. So I know there's a lot of information here. You can play it fast or slow or whatever you want. Write it down. This is valuable information. Just the parking stuff could save you $100 a day. So, I mean, definitely use it. If you're going in and out a bunch of times to check something and coming back and whatever, this is valuable information. Right now I am about to pass Southpoint. We're heading on to the M, and I am going to go in there and try to play some blackjack again. If it's not available, we'll just play whatever free stuff we have available on slots. So that's what's happening right now. You're all caught up, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, we are making it happen one step at a time. Wow, I just saw a cyber truck actually doing truck stuff, pulling something. I've never actually seen a cyber truck doing anything. I went to the M, could not get a seat in the on the blackjack table. I did have a little bit of free play, about $100. Played that through, and ended up ahead $127. And then I had $60 in food. I got myself a chicken Caesar salad and a chef salad. About 7 or 8 sugar-free drinks, and so we're all set here. Some Perrier water, so we're all set for a little while. So definitely hydrated. Temperature today got up to, like, according to the car, about 104, but it's really not too bad. I'm not sweating when I'm outside, but I haven't been outside too much. Actually, I feel like I haven't walked much, but looking at my phone here, even, I had it plugged in for a while and didn't have it on me. I'm at 12,312 steps already, and probably got about 4 hours left today of walking and stuff. So getting my steps in. Could be a lot more though, but luckily I'm able to drive to places instead of having to walk. So what I want to do is I'm going to go to the Southpoint now and let the M have a little break from me, and then I'm going to go back to the M, park outside instead of in the parking garage, and walk in the other door and try to get some blackjack in. I really want to try to hit them for at least $1,000 today. I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't know if I'll win. I have no clue what's going to happen here, but I do want to take some money from the M. So, and then also Southpoint, what a pain in the butt these guys are. You're playing a $25 table. You raise your bet to $100. Checks played. Shut the hell up. Checks played. Are you kidding me? 4 times the minimum bet, and you're calling checks played. Get out of here, will ya? So we'll see here. Their slots are not that great, but we're going to go in and look around, try to make a little bit of money. We'll go back to the M. And then, my friend Coach gave me a couple other little places that were kind of fun little places. One's like the Rainbow Room or something, and another one, I don't know where they are. I think they might be close to this. After I'm done with these 2 spots here, I'm going to look those up. If they're not too far away, we'll go hit those. And then we'll head back to Caesars and play the $600 in promo chips. Try to make this into a couple thousand. So, yeah, man, that's what's going on right now. The car reads 99 degrees outside. It's about 7:40 p.m. And we're continuing on. Hopefully make some more money. I'll be back. All right, folks, let's head back to the M. Just finished up at Southpoint. It is packed in there. For a Monday night, there's like 2 tables not being used for blackjack. The rest are loaded up. It is crazy. The only table that wasn't full was a $100 table. There was one guy on that one that was $100 to $2,000 limit. I did finally find a $25 table, sat down there and started playing. And then the other guy that was at the table ended up leaving, and it was just me, and played there about a half hour or so. I bought in for $300, just trying to double up. Like I said, as soon as you go to 100, which is only 4 times your bet, now they're calling checks played. So now you got eyes on you. So, but I was able to do okay. Ended up leaving ahead 275, and no problems at all there. So right now we're going to go back to the back to the M, and try to get a little bit of blackjack time in. Even if we can't play high limit, we'll try to get the low limit table. Anything we can do here. I just don't want to go nuts with the spread here, and we'll see what happens. So I saw a sign here that said that there's a Terrible's gas station that has 96 pumps. I wonder where that is. That's crazy. It must be enormous. But yeah, as I'm heading back to the M, I'm going to look up a couple of these other places see how far apart they are, away they are, and maybe we'll hit those next. So next stop, the M. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back, and didn't really get much of a chance to play much. Not a lot of tables were open. The only blackjack table that was open that had seats available was a $10 table, and I've already come out here twice. This is my second time out here today, and I wasn't going to let them go without me making some money. So I bought in for $200 on a $10 table and played the $10 table through some agonizing low count shoes for about half an hour, and finally I had enough, and I got up plus 170. And interestingly, when I first sat down, there were two guys sitting at the table with me, and the first thing that they were talking about was, did you hear they kicked out a card counter earlier today? And they didn't have much to say about it, except something like, I don't really feel that sorry for the casinos when card counters come in here. That's what they said. I just kept my mouth shut, acted like I didn't know anything, and just played my game and just listened to these guys. And they knew how to play. They were pretty okay players, basic strategy. I didn't see any mistakes. But it's a slow table. One bought in for 100 and he was up to like 3. The other one bought in for 200 and he was up to about 3 as well. And so, good for them. I guess they come in there pretty often, and they mentioned that they would go to Southpoint sometimes, but it's so loud and busy in there that this place is a lot better. And it's true, this place was dead. There was not much business in here at all, and it's only like 3 miles away from Southpoint, and there is nothing going on in there. The restaurants are closed for the most part. Now here's something interesting. This is really, really weird. When I was here earlier, I was parked on the other side of the building in the parking garage, way down on the first floor, right? So it goes first floor, second floor, third floor of the parking garage, and then the casino is on the ground level, so you're underground when you're in the parking garage. I get out of the elevator, and I'm walking out of the casino. No, I guess I was walking into the casino, and I see this girl, like this overweight girl with this really tight swimsuit on that she shouldn't have on. And she looks like she wasn't completely dried off, and she's smiling as she's walking. I'm like, that's kind of weird. Maybe someone told her a joke, right? So I leave, I go to Southpoint, I come back, it's like 2 hours later, and I'm leaving this casino, the same casino that I was coming into, but now I'm leaving it, going a whole different area, other side of the casino, just walking around with a wet swimsuit again, smiling. It's like the goofiest, weirdest. It probably sounds like nothing, but to me, it almost looked like she was walking around looking for someone to talk to her so that she can get something going. I don't know if I don't know her situation. I don't know what she's trying to do, but it seemed like a deliberate thing that she was doing, smiling at guys as she was walking around like that. You never know, man. We're in Vegas here, so. But luckily for you, I'll tell you everything that happens. All right, so this Rainbow Room Casino is a little ways away. It's about 13 miles, but I'm going to go there. I feel like, and I know I actually just saw a video that showed RTP, Return to Player, and theirs is among the highest in the area, and they have some decent machines that are beatable as well. And usually they have a thing like, if you get 50 points today, you get this prize. And they walk around and give you like free hot dogs, free ice cream, free all this stuff, knick-knack gifts. They just hand them out to people. So I'm going to go over there and see what's going on, and maybe make a little bit of money, and then we'll head over to Caesars and play those promo chips. So That's what's happening right now, heading over there. And there's a place across the street from it as well that's owned by the same company. I may go in there and see if there's anything going on there as well. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. I love these hole-in-the-wall places. I mean, I like little mom-and-pop little restaurants and all these tiny little places. I love them. So, two casinos here next to each other. Emerald Island Casino, which I didn't find any plays at. And next door, also owned by the same people, is the Rainbow Club Casino. And I went to the Rainbow Club Casino, found a play, and played it through and ended up down like $60. And I was on my way out, and they get on the speaker and they're like, remember, today, if you get 200 points, you get to pick a prize. And I'm like, I want to pick a prize. So I went around, and actually I went to the cashier and got a new card because I had one before. And I had one like this morning, but I don't know what I did with it. So I went and got a new one, and came back, started looking around, and I got to like my last $20 I needed to run through. A point is $1, so it's only $200. So expected value is like minus 30, right? Or so, or less, because supposedly they pay like 92, 93% here. So I was down to like my last $9 or $10 that I needed, and I was down a little bit, but I was cool. You know, I just wanted to mess around and get this prize. I didn't even know what prize I wanted to get, but anyway, I end up playing a machine that's not a beatable machine, and it gets me back ahead, and actually ends up ahead over $100 because of that. Just got lucky just trying to run the last $9 through. I ended ahead $109, and so they have this table with all these different prizes on there, and it's like underwear, socks, t-shirts. And I found this nice Snoopy clock, and my daughter, I don't know why, but all of a sudden she loves everything Snoopy. And like when we were on our cruise, my wife bought my daughter these Snoopy playing cards. I may have mentioned it, like I may have said I didn't know why she likes it, but she did all of a sudden. So I found this Snoopy clock, and I got that for her. I think that's going to be fun. Her birthday's coming up soon too, so we'll give that to her for her birthday. But I noticed that just next to this, there's another casino called The Pass. So I just went around the corner, parked the car, and we're going to go in and take a look at The Pass and see if there's anything there. Probably not, but let's take a look. We're already here, and I'll come back and let you know what happens. So plus 109 at the Rainbow Club, and I'll be back. All right, guys. So that place was a big nothing burger. It's actually bigger than the other two casinos, but there was about 4 people in there. It just goes to show you marketing. I mean, these places are like right next door to each other, and 2 of them are packed, owned by the same person, and 1 of them is dead. And really, it's kind of cool because it's like a little mom and pop shop, but they have like all these different things going on. Free food, drawing for every 200 points you get. And then they gave me like a calendar, and I'm like, I can't take this calendar because it's like so nice. It shows all their drawings and stuff. Every day there's like 15 things going on, and it keeps the people coming back, and everyone is very friendly in there. That's the kind of place you got to run. And I mean, the place next door, I guess, is owned by Circa. It just shows you that the way that you run the place, and if you have a casino where at least make people think that you care about them instead of just punching them in the face every opportunity you get and taking their money. If you make them think that you care, at least, then people will come back and they'll be your lifelong customer. This casino even had things like Baskin Robbins ice cream half off with your card. Like, it had a whole list of businesses in the area that if you show them your card, you get 50% off. That's a pretty big deal. So I can see why people would be loyal to that company. But all right, so right now we're gonna head over to Caesars. We're 20 minutes away, so we're gonna go do that. We're gonna park in the regular parking garage. We're gonna take our time. We're gonna go in. We're gonna play, and if we need to, we can take a nap, and then we're gonna continue on. It should be around midnight by then. So after we finish up at Caesars, we may wrap this episode up and start a new episode for the new day, because you know I ain't stopping at no midnight, right? So, all right, guys, I'm going to let you go, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back, and I turned my 600 in promo chips into 625. I actually was down to about 250 after I had used up all the promo chips, and I continued to play the table. It was a positive shoe, and continued to play it, and then a new shoe started. I played that one through and ended ahead 625. So we'll take that 625. I think that puts me ahead about 4,000 for the day. A lot of big things to come. I'm at my room right now in Caesars, and I'm going to head over to the Wynn. We'll be sleeping at the Wynn, but I'm half considering going back to Durango and playing a little bit tonight. I'm a little bit tired. Maybe I should wait because it's like 3 in the morning where I live, and I got up at 4 in the morning, so I'm not sure yet, but I'll let you know. And I did have a short slot session. I was down $19, but going to continue to play on that ticket and hopefully end up ahead for that session. So that's what's going on right now. Getting ready to leave this room, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, let's wrap this puppy up here. Let's go over everything here. What did I eat today? What did I eat? I didn't have anything to eat other than some almonds until this evening. So I had a couple packs of almonds, and then I had yogurt with fruit and granola, and then I had that salad, which was like a chef salad. That was pretty good. Oh no, it was a Caesar salad. Right? What did it have? Which one do I have left? Yeah, it was a Caesar salad with chicken Caesar. And that was pretty good, actually. I didn't really eat most of the lettuce and stuff, but I did have that grilled chicken breast. And the Caesar dressing was really good, so all that was good. And then just now, I just had one of these Bobby Flay burgers, which was okay. I had it without a bun. I got the blue cheeseburger, pretty good. I'll post a picture of that when I get time. So all that was all good. The food overall, you know, I'm pretty indifferent. It's not like my favorite food or anything, so I'm not extremely excited about it. I would give them probably 9s and 10s on a scale of 2 through ace. And then, what did you tip today, MW? And actually, I did tip today. I tipped the lady at the airport about 60 cents because she was honest and wanted to give me my change. So I let her keep the change, which, you know, normally they just steal the change. So yeah, that's what I tipped today. And what did you learn today, MW? I learned I'm developing and spreading out into other things and doing other things. And although I'm doing a lot more traveling in the car, I'm also still walking quite a bit. I'm bringing up my steps for the day. Now it's past midnight, so it was yesterday. 18,048 steps. And a lot of that time I was sitting on an airplane. A lot of that time my phone was plugged in, but I was not close to the phone because it was almost dead. So 18,000 steps is a big day. But we're finding better ways to make money, more efficient ways to make money, and hopefully setting the groundwork for coming to Vegas more often and making more money here. And really, how did we do overall for the day? I think we did pretty darn good, and I haven't added it up, and I don't know if that annoys you, but I had 1,100, 1,280, 13, 14, 1580. Ooh, where am I at here? 1580, 16, 26, 27, 28, 3,000, 32, 33, about $4,000 today. So that's definitely above what I thought it would be. I was hoping for 2,500 a day for 4 days. So hopefully the variance continues to be good, and tomorrow will be a big day. So right now I'm going to wrap this episode up. We'll start a new episode now that it's after midnight and go from there. So if you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.